Morning students, this is RI and today we'll be talking about multi-compartment models. So to start with, we'll just like to brush up a little and we'll start with the definition of pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics, as you know, is the mathematics of time course of absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion of the drug in the body. And to describe the pharmacokinetics of the drugs, we generally make use of the pharmacokinetic models. There are various types of pharmacokinetic models. One of the most commonly used models include the compartment models. Compartment models are pharmacokinetic models wherein the compartments are considered to be the hypothetical structures that are used to describe the fate of the drug in the body following its administration. So, using the compartment model approach, pharmacokinetics of the drugs can be described based on one compartment model, two compartment model, or the multi-compartment model. Now, this is exactly the focus of our discussion today. The learning objectives include twofold. First, what do we mean by one, two, or multi-compartment model? And secondly, how do we determine whether a drug's pharmacokinetics are described based on one, two, or multi-compartment model? So starting with the one compartment model, the body is assumed to be pharmacokinetically a homogeneous unit in the one compartment model. The drug achieves instantaneous distribution throughout the body. The model is depicted as it is shown in the figure. Here you see that there is an input of the drug and the rate of absorption is characterized by the rate constant, that is Ka. The drug enters into the body and is eliminated, and the rate of elimination is characterized by this elimination rate constant. Now, the drug concentration time profile shows a monophasic monoexponential response. That means when you plot the plasma drug concentration versus the time, you get an exponential fall in the plasma drug concentration. Now that same plasma drug concentration, when you take the log of the plasma drug concentration and plot the log of the plasma drug concentration versus the time, you get a straight line, a linear relationship. Okay, so that is the characteristic of the one compartment model. Coming to the two compartment model, the two compartment model resolves the body into two compartments. The first is the central compartment and the second is the peripheral compartment. So that is two compartments, central and the peripheral compartment. Now these compartments, please keep in mind, have no physiological or an anatomical meaning. Okay, so they are just imaginary. Next, it is assumed that the central compartment comprises tissues that are highly perfused, such as the heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, and the brain. The peripheral compartment comprises of the less perfused organs, such as the muscle, fat, and the skin. Now, this two-compartment model is depicted as it is shown in this figure. So here we have compartment 1, which is comprising of the highly vascularized organs, and the compartment 2, which is the peripheral compartment. Again, if you see, just like in the case of one compartment model, the drug enters into compartment 1 and the rate of absorption or the rate of input of the drug into the body is characterized by a rate constant, that is Ka, absorption rate constant. Now once the drug is introduced into the body, into compartment 1, then it can distribute from compartment 1 into 2 and back from compartment 2 into compartment 1. And the drug gets eliminated from the compartment 1. So what is important is that the drug enters into compartment 1 and the drug leaves from the body from compartment 1 itself. And this K12 and K21 are the distribution rate constants from compartment 1 to 2 and from compartment 2 to 1. And K is the elimination rate constant. Further continuing, a plot of the drug concentration versus time shows a curve. Okay? A plot of the log concentration time shows a biphasic response, as you can see in this figure. So this is the regular plasma drug concentration versus time, which is a curve, whereas log of this plasma drug concentration versus time is a bi-exponential response. This is in contradiction to the compartment 1, where it was a linear response. Here, this curve is resolved into two components. That is the bi-exponential response in the case of two-compartment model. Now, this bi-exponential response can be used to distinguish whether a drug shows one compartment or two compartment model. So just as simple as that, just by plotting the log concentration, if you get a straight line, that means it is a one compartment model. But if you get the curve which is resolved into two components, something like this, by exponential response, that means it is a two compartment model. Continuing further, in the case of three or multi-compartment models, in this the model, the drug distributes into more than one or more than two compartments. The concentration time profile shows more than two exponentials, right? Now, each exponential on the time concentration profile describes a compartment. For example, gentamicin can be described by a three-compartment model following a single IV dose as depicted in the figure. So here you see the plasma drug concentration versus time profile of a drug which shows a multi-compartment model. So this is a curve. Now that same plasma drug concentration, when it is plotted on the log scale, okay, log of the plasma drug concentration versus time profile of the drug showing a multi-compartment model. Now in this case, you see there are three components. One, this is the two, this is three. So that means the drug kinetics could be explained on the basis of a three-compartment model, or you can call it as a multi-compartment model, a multi-exponential response. So to sum up, the plot of the log of the plasma drug concentration versus time will decide whether it is a one-compartment model, a two-compartment model, or a three-compartment model, right? Where you get a mono-exponential response, bi-exponential response, three, or a multi-exponential response. So that decides one compartment, two compartment, and a three-compartment model. So this is about the multi-compartment models. The references which I have referred to include these acknowledgements to all these authors. And yes, of course, stay indoors and be safe. Thank you.